Hi, Capricorn Sun and Rising. Welcome to your March 2022 Astro Update. It's Raina here. So we have Pisces season upon us as the month of March begins, but we still have some Capricorn stuff going on that's significant to you. Mars and Venus are both in your sign, and this can be great because, and this is coming from February, because Mars can give you a lot of energy, stamina, and this is in your first house, which is the house of the self. But the self can mean the physical body. And Venus can be the aesthetics, the beauty of the physical body. Maybe this is like a really big time for some of you to get in shape where you want to look a certain way physically that you think is an attractive goal, like a goal of being attractive. And Mars is this exercise program. But whatever's going on, at the same time, we have the Sun in Pisces, which for you is the third house. The third house is the house of communication. It's also the house of the mind or the intellect. So what it can mean is that you are exercising your mind or emphasizing this in your life. This is the house of teaching and learning. So if this is something that you have trained for, you might be actually putting it into action. But even if you don't have a background in education, you can still get hired, maybe as a teacher's assistant, a tutor, or something along those lines. And maybe you're the one learning the skill and you are the student. So this is especially true for people who are trying to get certified in something. So it's kind of a shorter training modality where you don't have to go to college, which is the opposite house, the ninth house, which is more abstract knowledge. This is more practical knowledge, knowledge that you can use to put into motion in, no time flat, even if it's 2 years, it's something that is not taking that extensive training, hands-on training sometimes. And so Venus and Mars in this in your sign really are, getting you to develop yourself and maybe self-improvement. But then Venus and Mars goes into Aquarius on the 6th of the month, so that's just 3 days later. And Venus and Mars are both personal planets, so it is really cool when they form a conjunction, but it's not, totally unheard of because they are both fast-moving planets. But Venus is faster moving, and because Venus was retrograde before, now Venus is caught up with. Actually, it's not catching up. It's just that it's slow. It had slowed down, and now they're both on par. And so them both working in tandem is very interesting. And they are going into your second house of earned income. This is wonderful because they can work in tandem. Mars is very energetic. It is your will. It's what you apply your energy, how you apply your energy to something, or where you apply your energy. In this case, it is making money. The second house is Taurus's house. It's the house of earned income and your possessions. This can make you very driven to earn money. And we know that if somebody is driven to do something, they're more likely to actually make it happen, right? So this is great for a person to be ambitious, to earn money. Venus is the attractor. So Venus is languid. She sits back and she waits for things to drop in her lap. Now, we know in life, if we are, somewhat realistic, that things don't tend to just drop in our lap. We have to put some effort out. So I'm exaggerating a little bit. But still, sometimes we do get money without having to slave over it, right? So that could happen in some way, at least attracting the opportunities that you can take advantage of and use that Mars energy to make it happen. So this can be a very good money time for you, is basically what I'm trying to say here. And Mercury, they are joining Mercury in this house. And that can be good for money as well. So you have you have several planets in this house of money, Capricorn. And because you're an earth sign, this really resonates with you. This really is something that you are like very harmonious with. And then Mercury on the 9th goes into Pisces, and this is that third house where we already have the sun. And another thing too about the third house is we have Neptune there in its own sign of Pisces. So Mercury going into this house, if you have been wanting to study, and Jupiter. Yeah, what am I thinking about? Jupiter's there too. So if you've been wanting to study some kind of spiritual topic, Capricorn, and it could be, knowing Capricorns as I do, you probably in the back of your mind would be thinking, and maybe I'll become this thing, whatever this is. So if you're studying yoga, I'll become a yoga teacher or something, because you tend not to just want to do it for the sake of doing it. You might want to actually parlay it into a career at some point. And that could happen. And because Mercury in the third house, this is supposed to be the house of mundane knowledge, but it's kind of hard to have that when there's so much stuff happening in that house that is of a more impractical nature in terms of Neptune. But Jupiter, it's not that Jupiter is impractical. Jupiter is just very, positive, but almost like, dreaming, being over the top about it. So how your mind operates at this time can be much more like dreaming big, but that's great for visualization and dreaming big. And maybe that's good for a Capricorn person, because maybe you have a tendency to be too rigid or narrow in what you can imagine for yourself, and you need to have a broader vision. That could be how it works. It's also great for creative ideas. On the 18th, we have a full moon at 27 degrees of Virgo. This is the earth sign that is right behind you. So this is going to be in the 9th house. And this could be some kind of, it's a late degree of Virgo. So it could be really finishing off like a college degree. Now I realize we're talking about March here. So you might be like, who finishes college in March? Well, nowadays, it's all year round, but I still think that it doesn't have to be that it's totally finished, but you're, in that, it's basically all but finished. Maybe you're studying for finals after that, but it's like that ending, that grand finale type of thing. This could be like actually a spiritual download where you are given insights into your future. The 9th house can be very visionary, and you may be wondering, like, where do I go from here? And you get that download, but it's more than just a mundane itinerary of like what you're going to do. It can be something that really speaks to the next 10 years or whatever, and is more philosophical than anything else. It's not necessarily, okay, this is what you're going to do and then this, but like the bigger picture type of thing. And speaking of that, I mean, the ninth house can be long distance travel. And if you have been really wanting to, I've been saying this over and over again, even with, I don't know about my last set of tarot readings, but certainly in recent weeks, it seems like I've gotten a lot of travel cards for the tarot. And certainly because of the state of the world, we're coming on 2 years of the shutdown. 2 years. So some people have really postponed needed trips abroad. And this may be the time when you finally are going to make all of that happen. Or it's possible you're ending some kind of a trip because that can be the culmination of it. But either way, on the 20th, the sun goes into Aries. Aries is a fellow cardinal sign. And for you, this is, as a Capricorn, your fourth house of home and family. So that could certainly go along with what I just said about the full moon in the ninth house. Maybe you're going back to your homeland if you are somebody who has been working abroad, and that is winding down, or if you've been studying abroad and you're going to go back home. That seems to be the emphasis as we enter into April, because for you, Aries is that fourth house. And a week later, we have Mercury going there on the 27th of April. March. And that's going to be that fourth house. So you may be communicating with your family of origin, making your arrangements. Something is going down with that. And that's why I say with travel, that might be connected in some way. Okay, that's what and also real estate matters with the fourth house. That's what I have for you, Capricorn. If you would like a private reading, I've been promoting my double readings, which are a special price for 2 full-length chart readings, one being an hour of analysis and the other being an hour of transits for the upcoming 12 months. It's called my deep dive reading, and it's a very popular one because it's quite a discount compared to buying them individually. And I have other types of readings as well. You can find out more information at the link below. I'm at RainaMoonAstrology.com. Take care. Bye.